Royce made it clear. I'm done staying quiet. But she didn't stop there. I told you to leave me alone. Now get your popcorn ready, Mr. Sassy. Royce was not holding back. She said, I've asked you to leave me alone for years. I tried to stay quiet and focus on myself. I let people drag my name through the mud while you sat back smiling, but not anymore. She continued, I'm not hiding. I'm not protecting anyone. I'm speaking my truth. Actually, I'm telling the truth. Royce claimed that every time she started seeing someone new, Dwight would act out and stir up drama to disrupt her peace. She called it a pattern, saying, folks who fall for his charm are ignoring the obvious signs. This might not be your business, she said, but since people keep speaking on me, I've got every right to speak back. Then she hit hard. This man has gone out of his way to make sure I'm never happy. Every year he pulls some wild move, then plays clueless and blames his team. He uses anything, family issues, personal stuff, even serious life events, to stir the pot online and still keep that smiling face in public. It's terrifying to see. She wasn't done. Royce demanded justice. Run my mama her money back and tell the truth. I'm not calming down. I'm done playing nice. What else can he take from me now? I've got nothing to lose. After saying all that, Royce went live on Instagram and went all in. She didn't hold back even a little, calling Dwight out for everything, from those wild nights at his place to allegedly attending secret high-profile parties hosted by other stars. Yes, she even brought up that red dress again, the one she said Dwight wore to one of those invite-only events. She made it loud and clear, with no cryptic posts or vague shade. Royce laid everything out in the open and left nothing behind. At this point, Dwight's public image has taken hit after hit, and this latest round of revelations could be the one that keeps folks talking for a long time. But here's the real kicker. Royce said, ask him about Ray Edwards and their parties. Ask him about the red dress he wore during a Diddy party. Like, we're not going to do that. I know too much. And the reason I'm talking now is because if something happens to me, y'all know why. This is me purging. With all this smoke swirling around Dwight's name, it's no surprise that people aren't shocked by the latest rumors. From leaked clips to exposed DMs, fans say this low-key energy has been there for a long time. Talk of him being involved with multiple partners and wild after-hours situations. That's just the cherry on top of an already messy story. Many fans think Amy probably saw the red flags way before this blew up. Some wonder why she stayed so long, especially when people had already tried to warn her something wasn't right. But when love's involved, sometimes the truth takes a back seat until it hits you straight in the face. In Amy's case, it hit hard. Let's be real. This whole situation is wild and has everyone online choosing sides. Some say Amy was right to walk away the moment she caught wind of what was happening. Others argue she ignored the signs and got caught up in the glam and glitz of dating someone famous. Either way, this drama has definitely put Dwight in a tight spot. And Amy? She's done being quiet. But I want to hear from you. What's your take on Amy calling it quits over all this? Was she blindsided or ignoring the red flags? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe to stay in the loop. According to Steven, Dwight said, I'm going to do what I want, and you're going to enjoy it. That was a heavy statement that shifted the entire mood in the room. Steven described it in legal documents, and people were shaken by how intense things turned in that moment. The court papers say Dwight then stood up, and remember, he is not a small guy. Steven said he felt intimidated, like the energy changed from playful to aggressive instantly. What happened after that is now part of the court case, which has had everyone looking at the situation from all sides. Dwight denied any wrongdoing, but the lawsuit and these specific claims left people in disbelief. This stopped being just relationship drama. It became about respect, boundaries, and serious choices that crossed the line. Everything reached a major turning point when Stephen Harper filed a civil case that sent shockwaves through the media. According to court documents, Stephen said his private meeting with Dwight and a third person named Kitty went completely sideways, nothing like anyone expected. What began as a mutual meetup allegedly spiraled into a high-pressure situation that left Stefan shaken. Stefan explained in the suit that he agreed to meet Dwight after chatting online, but once he arrived, the vibe shifted dramatically. He claimed, "Things started calm but quickly changed when Dwight introduced Kitty, someone Stefan had no idea would be there. From that point, things reportedly got uncomfortable. Stefan said he made it clear he was not okay with certain things and tried to shut them down. But what really alarmed people was Stefan's claim that he did not feel free to leave when things got intense. Instead of letting him call a ride, Dwight insisted Kitty would drive him home. And that ride came with a chilling warning that made Stefan even more nervous. This part really sparked conversations online. Stefan said he was deeply unsettled by the visit and wanted to speak out, not just about the encounter itself, but about how his boundaries were disrespected. He also claimed there were attempts to silence him. Since then, fans have been divided, debating what really happened that night and what it all means. When the story started gaining traction, Dwight initially denied knowing Stefan at all, dismissing it as a clout-chasing stunt. But once screenshots and messages surfaced revealing their past conversations, the narrative began to change. Dwight's legal team then stepped in with a public statement, asserting that the meetup was consensual among everyone involved. They stressed that although the messages were now public, the interaction was private, and Dwight had no intention of hiding from the facts. The statement expressed that Dwight looked forward to clearing his name and presenting his side in court, especially since he is often targeted due to his fame and the sensitive nature of the allegations. His team insisted that everything that happened was mutually agreed upon, and that any other interpretation was a deliberate distortion of the truth. Mr. Howard made it clear he trusted the court system to handle the situation and that the legal process would speak for him moving forward. But Stefan Harper was far from finished. Instead of backing down, Stefan intensified the situation by sharing Kitty's photo online and revealing even more details about that night. He said, "With all due respect, Kitty is an older person in their 40s who's not exactly my type." He claimed he was completely blindsided when Kitty walked into Dwight's home without warning. Stefan described Kitty's appearance as having a full beard, wearing high heels, and a church wig, which completely threw him off. He told Dwight he wanted to leave immediately but did not feel safe enough to just walk out. Stefan called the entire experience traumatic and said he stayed silent out of fear, but now he refused to be quiet any longer. Then he dropped a bold statement, "I might not have been Dwight's first, but I hope I'm the last." That alone sent the internet into a frenzy, with everyone wondering what really happens behind closed doors at Dwight's place. So, what did Dwight say after all this? He kept it short but firm. "What I do in my bedroom is my business. Where I lay my head is nobody else's concern." He said people were being way too nosy and made it clear he was not going to explain his personal life to anyone. Now, you might think that after all these allegations and proof, Amy Luciani would have caught on and stepped away, right? But apparently, that was not enough for her to pull back completely. Then Royce Reed dropped a bombshell comment, like pouring gasoline on an open flame. She didn't just hint at Dwight, she outright suggested he wasn't the only one involved in those mysterious late-night happenings. She implied that Dwight and possibly other well-known figures had been regulars at those legendary nights the industry always whispers about. But Royce did not stop there. She went off, full-on vent mode. She accused Dwight of intentionally trying to mess up her life, especially regarding financial support for their child. She posted, "I tried to take the high road. I promise I did. But when you mess with my money and the means I need to raise our child, then claim I don't. Work, miss me with that." Royce made it clear, "I'm done staying quiet." But she didn't stop there. "I told you to leave me alone. Now get your popcorn ready, Mr. Sassy." Royce was not holding back. She said, "I've asked you to leave me alone for years. I tried to stay quiet and focus on myself. I let people drag my name through the mud while you sat back smiling. But not anymore." She continued, "I'm not hiding. I'm not protecting anyone. I'm speaking my truth. Actually, I'm telling the truth." Royce claimed that every time she started seeing someone new, Dwight would act out and stir up drama to disrupt her peace. She called it a pattern, saying, "Folks who fall for his charm are ignoring the obvious signs." "This might not be your business," she said, "but since people keep speaking on me, I've got every right to speak back." Then she hit hard. "This man has gone out of his way to make sure I'm never happy. Every year he pulls some wild move, then plays clueless and blames his team. He uses anything, family issues, personal stuff, even serious life events, to stir the pot online and still keep that smiling face in public. It's terrifying to see." She wasn't done. Royce demanded justice. "Run my mama her money back, and tell the truth." "I'm not calming down. I'm done playing nice. What else can he take from me now? I've got nothing to lose." After saying all that, Royce went live on Instagram and went all in. She didn't hold back even a little, calling Dwight out for everything, from those wild nights at his place to allegedly attending secret high-profile parties hosted by other stars. With all the smoke swirling around Dwight's name lately, it really should come as no surprise that people are not shocked by the latest rumors. For weeks now, whispers have been floating around on social media, in fan groups, and even through private conversations among those who have followed Dwight's journey closely. It started with a few leaked clips, short, mysterious videos that hinted at something more complicated beneath the surface. Then, as if those weren't enough, screenshots of direct messages surfaced, exposing conversations that suggested a side of Dwight most people never expected to see. This low-key, secretive energy that fans have been talking about? It seems it has been there all along, quietly simmering beneath the public persona. The rumors paint a picture of Dwight being involved with multiple partners, not just casual acquaintances, but people who claim to have shared intimate and wild after-hours moments with him. Stories started circulating about secret rendezvous, late-night gatherings that quickly turned into something more scandalous. It's the kind of thing that fans never want to believe about someone they admire, yet the details are becoming harder to ignore. Every new clip, every new message adds another layer to an already complicated and messy narrative. It's almost like the perfect storm of betrayal, secrecy, and heartbreak unfolding in real time. What makes this situation even more painful to watch is the fallout for Amy, Dwight's partner. Many fans believe Amy must have seen the red flags, long before everything blew up publicly. It's hard to imagine she didn't notice the subtle signs, the unexplained late nights, the cryptic texts, the moments when Dwight's attention seemed to drift away from her. People who have followed their relationship closely say Amy was probably aware that something was off. Some wonder how she could have stayed for so long despite all the warnings from friends, family, and even fans who tried to reach out to her with concern. This part of the story leaves many people feeling sad and conflicted because it reminds them of the complicated nature of love and loyalty. When you care deeply for someone, it is easy to overlook or rationalize the things that don't quite add up. Love has this strange way of blinding us, making us ignore inconvenient truths and focus instead on the good moments, the promises, and the hope that things will get better. Amy's decision to stay, even when the signs pointed to trouble, speaks to the complex emotions involved when trust starts to crack, but the heart refuses to let go. It is a reminder that relationships are never just black and white. They are filled with gray areas where doubt and faith battle fiercely within. The public's reaction to all of this has been a mix of sympathy, frustration, and curiosity. Some fans are angry at Dwight, feeling betrayed by the man they once admired. Others express compassion for Amy, recognizing the strength it takes to stay in a situation that feels uncertain and painful. The conversation online is full of debates about what people should do when they suspect a partner is not being honest, and whether love alone is enough to hold a relationship together when trust is broken. Behind all the rumors and the online drama, it is important to remember that there are real people involved, people with feelings, fears, and hopes. Amy is likely grappling with a whirlwind of emotions right now: heartbreak, confusion, anger, and maybe even guilt. She might be asking herself why she stayed so long, or wondering if she could have done things differently. Meanwhile, Dwight's reputation is taking a serious hit, and he faces the difficult task of addressing the fallout from these revelations. Whether he will come forward to explain or apologize remains to be seen, but the damage has already been done in the court of public opinion. This situation also opens up a larger conversation about privacy, social media, and how quickly private matters become public spectacle. In today's digital age, leaked clips and exposed messages can spread like wildfire, leaving little room for discretion or healing behind closed doors. What might have once been a private issue between two people now feels like a public trial, with everyone watching, judging, and commenting. This can make it even harder for those involved to find peace or closure. For fans, this unfolding drama serves as a harsh reminder that people, even those we look up to or admire, are human. They make mistakes, have flaws, and face challenges, just like anyone else. The glamour of fame and the spotlight can sometimes hide the messy reality beneath, but eventually, the truth finds its way out. What happens next? How Dwight and Amy choose to move forward, how fans respond, and what lessons are learned will shape the next chapter of their story. Ultimately, this is more than just gossip or rumor. It is a story about trust, betrayal, love, and resilience. It is about the painful moments when the truth hits you straight in the face, and you have to decide what to do next. For Amy, for Dwight, and for everyone watching from the sidelines, this is a turning point. How they handle it will define them, not just as public figures, but as people trying to navigate the complexities of relationships in a world that never stops watching. In Amy's case, it hit hard. Let's be real, this whole situation is wild, and has everyone online choosing sides. Some say Amy was right to walk away the moment she caught wind of what was happening. Others argue she ignored the signs and got caught up in the glam and glitz of dating someone famous. Either way, this drama has definitely put Dwight in a tight spot. And Amy? She's done being quiet. But I want to hear from you. What's your take on Amy calling it quits over all this? Was she blindsided or ignoring the red flags? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe to stay in the loop.